All right, Emily. So, we've set a goal for you in terms of, journaling and what you're going to do to kind of keep track of your eating habits. Let's continue and talk about, some of the other things that are bothering you.
Well, we kind of talked about the depression and how I want myself to look a certain way and hold up to that ideal body type that I have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, is this something you feel is the ideal body type that you feel like you should have? Do you feel like it's a realistic goal for you?
I think if I would lose about 10 or so more pounds, that would probably get me to where I would feel, I've met that goal.
Okay. Now, earlier in the session, you kind of mentioned how your husband was concerned about your weight because he feels like he's ready to have children.
Hmm.
Now, do you feel at the weight you're at now, you would be able to carry a child healthily?
I mean, I guess I think so. I think that would be something we would need to, obviously go to a doctor,
Mm-hmm.
just to make sure everything would be okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But it seems to be, somewhat of a concern for him because, as a mother, you have a responsibility to keep, while your baby's in womb, to feed them and, make sure that you're eating the right nutrients. Do you feel like you could, if you were to get pregnant right now, you would be able to do that?
I really don't know if I could, and we talked about, this goal that we made, between you and I just a few minutes ago of, writing down and trying to have, healthier meals. And, there's sometimes that I feel like I can do it and I'm really, energized and feel like I can try to make those moves. But the more I'm thinking about it, as a few minutes have gone by, I'm not sure if I can do this goal.
Right. It does sound like it's a little daunting, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going from being so busy at work to not having to, not being able to eat some meals and having, on a good day, at least one meal a day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I just don't know if I can actually do this of, still handling my job and everything that it entails, but also doing this goal that we made for me.
Okay. So it sounds like you're really worried about um trying to keep up your end of the bargain.
Yeah, I don't want to, let myself down, and I'm afraid then I'll go back to being even, more depressed on more days than what I am now.
Mm-hmm. Because you feel like you made an obligation, you should keep it.
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't you tell me what is something that you could do? What is something a goal that you feel is attainable for you?
Well, it might be easier for me to, instead of actually eating meals, maybe if I would pack little like baggies of snacks where I just have, maybe an apple or something throughout the day.
Okay, so still eating, just not eating, like sitting, taking the time to sit down and eat a meal, is
Yeah,
what you're saying.
I don't know if I'm going to have enough time, throughout the day with everything I have to do. I feel like I just have so much going on.
Right. And I mean, you have mentioned about your job and the things that, you're responsible for. So, one of our biggest goals is to try and make sure that you're healthy, right?
Yes.
That you stay, your body needs, nourishment and that you have energy, because you are busy, that you have energy to keep doing what you're doing. So, you want to go ahead and change your goal then to instead of trying to eat meals, maybe snacking more.
Yeah, do you think that is an okay goal?
Okay, well, why don't you tell me what you think?
I mean, I think that's something that's going to be more attainable for me is to be able to, have an apple or a cheese stick or something or a bar instead of sitting down and having a meal.
Okay. So that sounds good then. Now, are you still okay with writing down what you're eating?
Yeah, I'm just afraid that I might get, kind of down on myself if I see that I'm just only eating a little bit throughout the day.
Okay. So, what do you suggest we could do differently for that then?
Well, could we maybe just see if I can try to work on snacking this week and eating more food, and then make another goal for us the next week?
Okay, we can do that. That seems um maybe so take instead working on one goal instead of two probably sounds like it'll take a little bit of pressure off of you to
Yeah,
complete
I
it.
think just knowing right now, knowing that all I have to do is focus on one thing is, I just even right now feel a little less stressed.
Okay, well that's good. I'm glad to hear that. So let's go ahead and try that and let's get you to just, focus on eating more often, snacking, healthily apples, apples, fruits, different kind of veggies, things like that.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah, that's, I'm still being able to eat healthy, and but we'll be able to hopefully get some food in my body.
okay. So eventually, what do you think we're going to try and work up to?
Well, I think we may just have to take this, week by week of just, gradually improving my eating habits.
Okay, and that is one of our biggest goals is, to try and improve your eating habits. And, do you think once your husband sees that, you're putting an effort to, eat more, how do you think your relationship with him is going to change?
Well, I hope that, he'll see that I'm trying to live a healthy lifestyle, and, eventually when it's time for us to, have children, that we'll both be on the same page and ready to move forward with that.
Okay, so it sounds like, you are willing to do what it takes to achieve this goal of, eating healthily.
Yeah, I'm going to try my very best.
Okay, well that sounds good, Emily. And let me go ahead and change your goal for you. And let's go ahead and explore it next week. We'll go ahead and talk about what you ate, the things that you ate throughout this week, and how you felt about after you were eating, and um, what happened with your husband this week. And, our session is coming to a close. So, is there anything else you'd like to discuss?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm just going to do my best to, achieve our goal of, eating a little bit more this week, and then see how, see what we need to talk about when I come in next week.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you coming in today, Emily.
Thank you so much
All
for your
righty.
time.
Thank you, and I'll see you next week, okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye bye.